Good morning, folks. I got a word I want to share with you this morning. You know, hard times come to us all. We all struggle, and from time to time, we all wonder how we're going to pay this bill or pay that bill or what we're going to do. But I'm reminded of David in the Bible. He says, "I was young, and now I'm old, and never have I seen the righteous forsaken or a seed begging bread." Which means to me that he's saying throughout the entirety of his life, he has never seen God-fearing people forsaken. And he's never seen their children forsaken. It doesn't matter what you're going through in life, the Lord will come through for you. I remember several times in my life, several. I've been down, not knowing how I was going to do whatever it was I needed to do, whether I was short on rent and I was coming up on the last day, whether I'm short on a car payment, whether I need groceries, whatever the case may be. And all of a sudden my phone would ring and somebody would call me and they would want me to do a job for them, or the Lord would use his people to bless me in some kind of way. You know, I've been short on rent, but I've never been evicted. I've been behind on a car payment, but I've never had that car repossessed. I've been short on food, but I've never been in without food. I've had needs that need to have been met, but they have always been met. And sometimes the solution has come from the most unlikeliest place. I remember one time I had a client who I was doing some work for, and he had hit some hard times, and he abruptly ceased services on the day he owed me. He kind of left me holding the bag because I was expecting his money, and he was about a week late in paying me. And then when he was avoiding my phone calls, all that kind of thing. And then when he did reach out to me, it was to drop services and tell me he couldn't afford me. Probably 2-3 years later, I was laid off my job. I was in between work, and I was hurting. I was hurting real bad. And I didn't know how I was going to pay the rent. I didn't know how I was going to buy groceries. I had my kids coming over, and I was starting to sweat. That same client called me up on the phone and said, "Hey man, I want you to build a couple websites for me." Gave me $3,000 right there, just out the blue. From the most unexpected source. And that's just one of many examples. So I want you to know, if you're facing a hard time today, if you will give that over to the Lord, if you will trust him and you will thank him, he will meet your needs. I'm not speaking to you about hyperbole this morning. I'm speaking to you from experience, a lifetime of it. And I'm speaking to you about what I know to be true and to be a fact. Think about it.